Andrew Marks, Detective Chief Inspector, Acting Commander of the Robbery and Serious Crime Squad. Thank you for coming this morning. It's just an update in relation to the investigation of Mr. Chris Baghsarian, who was taken from his family home at 5 a.m. on Friday, the 13th of February. You all received a media briefing or an update yesterday in relation to a grey Corolla, Victorian registration plate with 1UZ2BU, which was stolen from Victoria, or at least was reported stolen on the 13th of February. We're not exactly sure when it was stolen. What I can say to you is that that vehicle, we now believe, was displaying cloned number plates, DVT077, again Victorian number plates that were cloned. We're able to say that that vehicle was placed in Good Street on Saturday the 14th of February. It was not burnt out until 11:30 p.m. on Monday the 16th of February. What we're asking for members of the public in that area of Good Street, Westmead, do you have any footage or any dashcam footage of the grey Corolla in that area, and any other persons attached to a car or anything suspicious around that vehicle? I can also advise that we have some forensic links from that car. That vehicle was not burnt out totally, and we're able to establish some forensic links from items inside that car that we can link back to Dural, the property in Dural, and also to Mr. Baghsarian. You're also aware that there's a current search underway in Glenorie. I'm able to advise you that the vehicle of interest that I've just discussed has also been sighted in that area in Glenorie on the 14th, Saturday the 14th of February, after 9 p.m. We've also received information from members of the public in that area in Glenorie. As a result of that information, we would then arrange the search of the National Park and the surrounding areas of the bushland in relation to that information that we received. That search is ongoing, and we have nothing to advise you on at this stage in relation to that search, but that is ongoing. Again, I'm asking for an appeal to the public in the Glenorie area. Did you see that vehicle? A grey Corolla DVT077. Did you see it in the area, in and around the Cattai Ridge Road area in Glenorie? If you did, please contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. Happy to take questions.
Is there a specific area in Glenorie you are searching, a property or nearby a property?
There is a specific area where we've started our search, and we'll search, that area will grow until we find something of interest to us, whether we find Mr. Baghsarian or any evidence in relation to the kidnapping of Mr. Baghsarian.
Are you searching for a body?
We're searching for Mr. Baghsarian.
Do you think he's dead?
At this stage, he's been taken over 10 days ago, and every day, as I said last time, the concerns grow. Every day, it's not a great a feeling that we have in relation to his health and his survival. So every day for us is of importance.
That car that was the photos that you gave us that were released yesterday has got a big long roll of carpet coming out the back of it, which I assume is from the Dural house. Is that unusual that the kidnappers would leave a roll of carpet, the remnants, in the car? What's your theory on all of that?
This whole case has been not our normal kind of investigation in relation to a kidnapping and a hostage. I suspect that those that are involved were planning to burn that vehicle and everything inside it.
What else was inside it, do you think?
In relation to that, I'm not going to answer those questions because they're still subject to forensic testing, and I don't want to give that information over at this stage.
So you said, and as we all know, the car was burnt on Tuesday.
Monday,
sorry. On Monday night, that's right, 11:47. But the car was also seen at Glenorie on Saturday the 14th. So that's quite some time in between. Are you alleging that Mr. Baghsarian may have been left at Glenorie and then many days later, the car has been dumped.
That's what we're here today to find. We're not exactly sure what's happened in between those times. I suspect that on the first occasion that those that are involved attempted to light the vehicle on the 14th, on Saturday the 14th, though it was not successful, and they have returned to do that.
Where do they go after that vehicle is set alight on the Monday night? Where did the occupants, the people that set their car alight, go? Did they get into another vehicle? There is a house there with very clear CCTV, and she said she's given that to the police. Do they get in another vehicle? Is there another vehicle involved in this? Or they leave on foot?
That information was released to in the media release yesterday in relation to a second vehicle.
No.
There was two vehicles that we discussed in relation to what we're seeking some advice on. It was another Toyota vehicle, and we don't know exactly the details of that at this stage, but that's why we're asking and appealing for help today in relation to those people that may have seen something after the vehicle set alight on Monday the 16th of February.
Do you think Mr Baghsarian was taken from his home in that burnt out car to Glenorie on the Friday or Saturday or at some point in those days? Do you think he was in that car with the other items that you found?
That's something that we don't know. We do know that Mr Baghsarian was taken into the SUV from his premises, and there's some gaps in our investigation at this stage which we're trying to fill.
It seems as though the location of interests are quite spread out. You know, we've got the rural properties. Does it make it much harder for police to get evidence, CCTV from nearby houses?
It is. It's a very difficult investigation. As you said, it's the area that we have to cover is a larger area. But what I can assure you that there's a large number of police that have been conducting these canvasses and identifying locations of vehicles of interest in an attempt to locate and identify where Mr Baghsarian is.
Do you know how wide the search area is? Is it the number of square kilometres, or how big the net is for searching?
No, that's subject to some experts in relation to searching. We have a pulsar out there that will coordinate that search, and it will start at the location we're at now at Kidnapping Road, and then it'll expand from there.
Are you confident there will be some? Are you pretty confident that Mr Baghsarian is in that area? Like, you've got a lot of police there, a lot of resources going into that. You're obviously quite confident that there's something there.
That's the focus of our investigation at this stage, and I won't be confident until I locate something.
So you said, earlier that it was CCTV and information from people in Glenorie that led you there. What did they tell you? What was I guess the tip-off that was so strong to warrant such a strong search effort?
In relation to that, I'm not going to go into specifics of what we were told, other than to say that it was of high interest to us, and that's why we went there.
On Friday, you, in the press conference that you did, you kept talking about, did you hear anything? Did anyone hear anything? Can you talk any more to that, about what in particular you would be asking the public if they heard? Like, are we talking about guns? Are we talking about screaming? What is it in particular that you would be interested if people heard?
What the appeal was in relation to that was that anyone in the criminal world have heard anything or overheard anything, to ring Crime Stoppers anonymously and to give us information in relation to those that are involved.
Do you know who you're looking for?
Not at this stage.
How many police are involved in the search?
That's something I don't know the exact numbers, other than to say there's a large amount of police and other resources that we're using to conduct the search. And I believe that if there is anything there, that those police and those that are helping will be able to identify it and find that for us.
Are you any closer to identifying an intended target? Have you had any more conversations with? We've seen those messages surfacing that look like they're towards an intended target. Do you have any idea?
The images and the video that's going around, as I've said numerous times, that we have seen that hasn't been the main focus of our investigation. The main focus of our investigation is to find Mr Baghsarian and those that are responsible for his disappearance and for kidnapping him. Other than to say that those that were the intended targets. I'm led to believe that they're safe and they're not in danger.
On
You spoken
Friday,
with them?
No.
on Friday you said there is evidence to suggest Mr. Baghsarian was in Dural. Is there evidence to suggest Mr. Baghsarian was in a property in Glenorie?
No, we haven't identified that or got to that stage at this point.
Have you spoken to the family and are they aware of the latest updates and how they're doing?
Yes, we have a flow, a family liaison officer that's involved in this investigation, and they're in constant contact with the family, and they've been updated every step of the way.
Do you think that, say again, Mr. Baghsarian was left there on the 14th, that there is still a chance of finding him, be it dead or alive?
It's very hard to speculate about where we're at this stage, other than to say that we are putting every effort into finding Mr. Baghsarian, every effort that we can.
What do you mean by forensic links? Can you explain that a bit further?
I'm not going to go into details about forensic links, other than to say that we have linked those items in the car forensically to the property at Dural.
Is there any more information about when they might have left that property in Dural? How long they spent there?
We don't have any further information on that. No.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.